when you look at collaboration, I think you need to look at integration, merging networks, talking through one medium, and looking at integrating all the sets of communication methods into a single area of instance of usage. And I think that is very important today. And if you look at a situation where times were not good and people used to count money and people used to implement things which have really helped, and that learning has come a long way today. And that's the reason where you see a lot of these new things which are coming up, cost-effective new things which are coming up, and not necessarily spending on technology as a situation. Like, how would you implement certain things which are going to be a mixed of a situation? There could be an example where you have a normal worker who would like to use a hardware as a UC box. Or there could be an intelligent worker who's going to be a marketing or a sales guy who's going to never use that box. So these two things need to talk and then move ahead into integration. And that's what Michael said, that how can we move into integration today? Now that's going to be the key focus as times go by. So as a CIO, I would like to say is that be ready for change and acceptable to these new online situations which are going to come up, because everything is going to be internet, everything is going to be 3G. Best part is if when you see that you have deployed networks across your area of operation, you would see that how would you effectively implement something which can be collaterally used. For an example, would you use just voice or voice? I think those times are gone. And when you have the technology enabled, the complete LAN cable, IPv5, 5+, and 6, which is enabled with voice and data, why not use it? So that's what is coming into a situation where it's saying that if you are deploying certain networks, deploy it effectively. I think UC is something which is there and people have done it. Beyond that, what are the applications available? As today we saw the applications which are available, which gives you the type of collaboration that could come into a merger, and seeing that effectivity in terms of ROI that you're building up to an organization over a long period, obviously. Because today, see, everybody would say the bandwidth is cheap. Why don't you take a 3.1 Mbps card and put it and start using? But the examples that you do is security which is there, speed which is there, all those parameters have to play in as an importance to a CIO. You just can't open up your networks to an area of an attack, because corporate collaboration is different rather than having everything on the internet. So those type of situations are very, very important and to be controlled. So it is a measure of security, it's a measure of ROI, it's a measure of how to use what is deployed, and also to look at a long-term situation for a company. That's going to be important. So that value is always built. The trends is coming up as speed, 3G, 4G coming in. I think those are the trends which are going to be big challenges to 3G as a box. And I think integration is coming up in a very, very big way. These integration channels will be required for users to use both corporate as well as to go out and see what's happening out. Because when you curtail users and say that, but this is what is available, use this, users are not ready to do that. And today I feel that people, the corporate users, I mean the users who are working in the organizations, have access to a lot of mobile devices and fast mobile devices. Needless to say, the company would not provide them. Not necessarily an employee is provided an iPad, an iPhone, or a BlackBerry. They use their own, right? So email is instantly available, response is instant, you chat with people instantly, everything is instant. Today, Gone are those days when people used to wait for response coming in. Today, everything is instant. At a flick of an eye, things are available to you. So I think things are moving in such a fast manner, and one needs to be able to address those as in technology front and be one up above rather than say that this is what is available, how to do it later, you know. So I think there is a cat and a mouse story which is going to happen, because earlier people never used to know Twitter and Facebook, and now those things are like really common. So that there is a challenge, and I think as time goes by, UC will change, and what basis it will change, I cannot predict that. But what will happen is the interface levels will actually tell you the direction forward. I would say yes, because one would say an organization of 40,000 workers, knowledge workers, and you would say you don't want to open up Facebook to them. I don't think so. It's a wise idea. So how do you provide Facebook to the corporate? So I'm sure it's going to map up. For an example, you have today people are available on Facebook or on social media as a company, and then you have followers to that company. So surely that's a medium where you can market it, you can collaborate, you can guide them, you can do a lot of things. Not only that, you can create an online commerce site on a Facebook. Or for an example, if you have something like Facebook and a corporate site, why wouldn't you not go and sell internally as well? For an example, Globus, if it's got a Facebook site and it's customized for Globus, that's all, internally, have an online commerce on that and give proper discounts, which could be a gullible attempt for the knowledge workers to get tempted to buy things. So there's endless possibilities to these things, and I'm sure there is much more to come. Absolutely necessary, and I did my collaboration tool 3 years back. We did a great amount of work on collaboration, also won some awards on it, and today we see that there is a reignite for that collaboration, and we have done great work on that, and I feel that we need to revamp that and again come back to situations that could say they could give more. So collaboration is a must. How and what to do and how to do it effectively. There are certain things you can control, certain things you can't. So you need to be flexible into moving into directions, and that's what a CIO needs to take care. Because if you've been too rigid in a situation, you might lose out on things which are actually a minimum impact. I'm sure security is a parameter, but there are things that could be done beyond security.